Yeah, pretty much. What's up, athletes? So, we got this topic, and really, it kind of is a non issue for me personally, but it's social media, and everybody likes to talk about these things. So, I'm going to talk about this, but it's really kind of like a junk food sort of thing. So, you're at a party, and everybody's passing around a bag of chips or whatever it is that they're passing around, and I'll have one. This is really kind of like a junk food thing. So, it's not the source or the consistency that our channel is going to engage in, but it's kind of a fun topic. So we're talking about Drake, hip hop artist, very popular guy, and he recently posted a selfie of himself. And the speculation is that he got what is the equivalent of like a BBL. These are fake abs that like you'd see like a mommy makeover, ab tuck or whatever it is, suck the fat out. And it really boils down to this for me. What does it matter? This is somebody else's body. This is somebody else's choices. This is somebody else. And we're not asking this person to be a genuine bodybuilder. We're not asking him to compete for America's glory in the Olympics, and somehow this is going outside of the scope of things. This really, to me, and I'm not a Drake fan, I couldn't name three of his songs. I don't care about him or Kendrick Lamar. The whole beef was weird to me. But my thing is, it feels like dogpiling. It feels like it's now the new cool to hate on Drake, because he couldn't have been this famous and popular and successful without a bunch of you putting money in his pockets by buying his albums, seeing him in concert, all that, whatever, getting his merchandise. It had to come from someplace. So now that we're here, and now that it's cool to hate on him, fine, no problem. But how is this better any of us individually? And how does that better any of us individually when it's not a superstar, when it's your coworker, when it's the person across the street, any of those things? I've absolutely spoken to things that I see in the world, and I still do. But I also know that I'm bettering myself. I still have to work on me. But if we're just dogging on somebody, why are we looking to get to this point? We've propped these celebrities up so high that our words don't even reach them. So all of this social media jumping on, making the comments, the jokes and everything, everybody else it's just lemmings. You guys are all following each other off the cliff by digging into somebody who obviously he knew the ramifications of this, and you're almost just making it more popular to talk about him. And we all know in show business, be relevant for whatever reason. If it's good, bad, or indifferent, be relevant. But here's the deal. If he doesn't have what it takes to go to the gym, to discipline himself, to dedicate it to, and all that stuff, that who cares? That is not anybody else's say so. And that's okay, because we live in a very plump society. I'm just going to say we overeat, we overindulge, like in mass. We're a very out of shape society. So the people that are going after him, whether you're in shape or not in shape, again, tell me how it matters. How does that benefit your life? How does that better what you are doing in the gym or not in the gym? How does that make anything better? Or is it just an escape sometimes from looking at somebody else to be able to say, I don't like that, but we're not looking at ourselves. That's where the real work has to start. And this whole journey of health and fitness, at least here at Impact, is about mind, body, and soul. So even though you can transform your body, you still got to go through like a mental and kind of a spiritual thing when you are really getting down to it. If somebody doesn't have that, that's fine. Maybe they don't have that now. Maybe he'll grow to that point if this is the case. I don't even know if the surgery was real or not. But if it is, again, who cares? He has the money to do it, and I guarantee a lot of other people would too if they could afford it. And it's just what it is. It's the society we live in. But somehow he's public enemy number one. And again, it's just weird to me. It's not even that I like the guy or anybody else who does this, but we don't ride down on women for breast augmentations like this. The BBLs when they're out of control. Yeah, of course, it looks crazy, but this is just kind of odd. And did he bring the smoke on himself by posting the picture of his abs? Sure, because you're saying, hey, everybody, look at me. But does it really matter? Does it really come down to anything of substance that is going to bring my life to a better point by doing that? No, honestly, just understanding that, okay, maybe I don't have to respect it in a health and fitness sort of way. He took a shortcut. Okay, fine. But we still have to look at just how about just respecting people as just a human, just another person to say you might have an insecurity, but when they're successful and they're rich, we don't give them those same graces that we would somebody else. And so when it comes to this, we kind of have to the guy's still a human and he still has to be put out there in front of people all the time. So maybe this is part of, his industry move. We see aging actresses and actors facelifts all the time. They're keeping their hair a certain color or whatever else. It's all part of the entertainment business. It's all part of that process, and I've been there. I've had my tattoos covered up. Like there's always some sort of enhancement or modification or something that's not a full representation of yourself. And while I'm at it, if you guys are so worried about him having fake abs, then you should have been outraged the second you heard auto tuning in his music. But almost all artists do, and there's a little bit of it. Now it's not all crazy like Lil Wayne used to do or some other artist, but still, the fact of the matter is we want him to be genuine in some areas, but not authentic in others. That's kind of a crazy notion, and it's a double standard. And again, I don't know the guy, not a fan. It doesn't. It's just an observation that as I look back and see all of this stuff, I see these other influencers talking about it, and they're trying to dissect, no pun intended, they're trying to dissect what this means or how this breaks down. Who cares? I need somebody to leave it in the chat. How does this better your life? Not just because I got to say something, I got it off my chest. How does it better your life? It didn't add, if I were to like dog this man, it wouldn't add an extra payment on my mortgage, like where I don't have to pay it next month. I wouldn't get a raise at my job, any of these things. So how does that better our lives by just dogging on other people? It's an internal thing, and we got to start fixing the within to realize like, hey, other people are flawed too, and that's okay. Even when they are wealthy, I dare say that there's a good chance that it's going to be more so when people are wealthy. There's an insecurity that is the public still going to love me? You and I, we get the benefit of just being John Q. Public. Nobody really cares or sees us. And when they do, we're just another person. But this guy, every time he steps into something, he's got to be on point. And that's the case with, I'm sure, a lot of athletes, entertainers, probably even politicians. You always have to have this public persona. So whether he did it knowingly or unknowingly to garner this sort of attention, you still have a choice on how you respond to what is presented to you. So if he said my abs are better than everybody else's in the world and you guys can just deal with it, cool. I would just say, yeah, all right, your abs are better than mine, cool. But to jump on and be, upset and all these other things and getting your Twitter fingers in an uproar, I don't know. I just don't think it benefits you. What do you think? You saw the picture.
Um,
Come closer so they can hear you at least.
um, I don't really know.
Don't know?
No, I mean, maybe if he knew, like maybe it wasn't the greatest idea for him to post that selfie after all the hate that he got from the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really think that him getting abs is that big of a deal.
I tend to agree. And people get weight loss surgeries all the time for things that were in their control, like overeating. And there's a percentage that's going to be medical. That I understand. But boob jobs, we know it's some of it has to do with medical, but a lot of it is maybe after childbirth, somebody's feeling insecure. Maybe Drake was feeling insecure about himself too. And sometimes people just get it out of ego. Maybe Drake got it just out of ego. So it just shows that there's a line of commonality that humans are humans, and sometimes we will make decisions that we think are in our best interest, but it may not be what other people agree with, and that's okay. But I don't think that this level of attention or this level of hate about it is really warranted. So I don't know. It was just my thoughts, guys. What are your thoughts? Aoife's here cooking dinner. You can keep going. It looks delicious. I think it's ready. So I'm going to leave. I'm going to go fill up my abs. I don't think I can afford a surgery, but oh well. It is what it is. Guys, be happy with your lives. Be understanding of others. It's not that hard. But leave me a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are, your ace up the sleeve, advice, comment, experience. Subscriptions to the channel are free, so take one, give one, because if you don't and your friend finds out that you've been hanging out at this cool channel doing all this chatting, workouts, and all this, and you didn't tell them, that's going to be between you two, and that's going to be a whole different beef than Drake and Kendrick. So just don't even go down that road. Just let them know now, share the content, and, we can build this amazing, supportive community one person at a time. So I'm going to leave it at that. And I hope this finds everybody on your journey of health and fitness. And like we like to say, HWPO means hard work pays off. And this is the Impact Athletics Association. We'll see you guys next time. And before I go, subscriptions and videos. So check them out.